Hey, family, I just want to say thank you again for taking the time to listen to today's episode. If it wasn't for you guys, we would not be here. We bring every guest on to teach, to motivate, to inspire you. You are the reason that we are here. But the only way we are able to help more people is if you guys can like and subscribe to our channel, or even share a video to your friend. That'll mean the world to us and the team. So enjoy today's episode, and we'll see you soon. Man, Jonathan, first and foremost, thank you for being here, bro.
Absolutely, bro.
It's an honor for you to be here. I know you're very busy, man. A lot of things going on during your weeks. Well, I know we're going to have a lot of fans of Jonathan Denis.
Wow.
This is the man here.
Fans.
But for those who don't know you, 1 minute introduction of who you are.
1 minute. So I need 6, 7. No, just playing.
To all the ladies out there.
Jonathan
6, 7.
Denis. Name is Jonathan Denis. JONATHAN DENIS. 1 N. Amen. Born and raised in the Bronx, New York, with both parents. To God be the glory. Raised in a household of 6. I'm number 5 out of the 6. 5 boys, 1 girl. Born and raised in church. It's kind of really all I knew growing up. Was a mess up, and now the Lord cleaned it up, and here I am.
So you said I was a mess up now.
I was a mess up, and the Lord cleaned it up.
Oh, that's pretty good. I might have to do that one. Let's replay that real quick.
Was a mess up, and now the Lord cleaned it up.
Anyway, so let's get to it. We go back maybe. How far do we go back? Maybe. How old do you think you were when you met me?
16.
16. So I had to be maybe 18 at the time, probably. Or
Wow.
17, maybe.
Okay. I thought you were.
Because you're 20, what?
3.
23. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm 27. Oh, actually, I was older, probably. So 20,
yeah, I think were you in your 20s?
Probably, it looks like.
Yeah.
I feel like I was the same size and the same person for my entire life.
But I felt like you were like much older. Like 24 or something.
Maybe. I don't know. But we go back for a long time. Our churches used to play basketball together.
Yeah.
And our church used to always lose, unfortunately. And it is what it is.
It wasn't because of me. I was not good. I was not good.
Yo, music, man. What does music mean to you?
Man, music, it is. I wouldn't say everything. Because then something and someone already has that spot. But music is my passion. Music is my escape, my home. In my living room, in the sala, my mom has this nice picture frame, like something like this, how you guys have here. And it says, home is not a place, it's a feeling. And I think every time I'm playing music, doing, anything music related, I feel like home, Yeah.
And now going specifically into music, what is your favorite thing to do in music?
Play drums. I love to play drums. Yes, make all the noise.
When did I start?
You want the long version or you want the
long version?
All right, yeah. So I was 5 years old, and I had a dream at 5. I was 5 years old, and the dream was just picture everything super foggy, everything's far. You're in a big land, and in this dream, I heard music from far, and I was going up this mountain, following where the music was leading me to. And as I was going up the mountain, I'm like, what the heck is on this other side? I'm 5 years old, bro. So I'm going up this mountain, and as I climb up to the top, finally the music is there. It's this humongous choir. And there's this guy leading the choir. I can't see any faces, but all I see is the body figures. They're wearing all white, but they're tall people. And so I'm like, wow, these guys sound beautiful. So let me sit down. So I finally sit down, and I'm listening to I guess he was the choir director and the choir. So as I'm listening to them, the choir director notices that I sat down. And as I sat down, he literally turns around, points at me, and tells me to come to him. So I'm like, okay. So I get up and I start walking. And as I start walking, I get closer to the stage, to the big platform that they were on. And he points me to the drums. I don't know this guy. all I can see is just fogginess, big, tall, white figures. He points me to the drums. I get on the drums. It's a humongous drum set. I sit down and I wake up. The next morning, I had an immense passion to play music, to play drums specifically. And I remember going to my pastor the next day. I'm like, Pastor, please, can I play drums? And he's like, no, son, you're too young. So that was like the beginning of it all. Yeah.
At 5 years old,
5.
you remember this dream.
Bro, vividly, bro. Like, as I was telling you, I still have like exactly, it was like great. Like, yeah.
Well, that can make sense because I think I was 6 when I was in kindergarten, maybe. That's the age usually for kindergarten, right, Jordy? Is that the age? Maybe around there, 6, 5.
Yeah.
And I remember getting yelled at from a teacher that was in front of my face.
Oh,
like,
wow.
say, this is my face, and this is her, like, yelling at me.
God.
And she was yelling at me because I was drawing stick figures when we were practicing how to draw shapes. And I still can picture that, like, that memory in my head, like, vividly. Anything else? Probably not. It's probably here and there. I don't know the ages of those memories. But that one I know for sure was kindergarten. It was Miss Lucy. If you're watching, I forgive you.
Forgiveness.
And the Lord loves you.
Amen.
But I still remember that memory. So that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, bro.
And so your pastor says you're too young to play. So when do you start playing?
So I was too young to play in the service, but I wasn't too young to learn. My third older brother, Emmanuel, gave me my very first lessons. 1, 2. You know, drummers, if you don't, there's a problem. But he gave me my very first stomping ground lessons. And that kind of was like the catapult for everything. After that, everything else that I learned was just YouTube. I would study guys, watch people. And then Instagram started to come into play. And then Instagram was like a whole nother world of musicians, like 2017, 2016. So I was really just grabbing and going, really grabbing and going.
And what age was that? Like when you first start?
Well, when I got my first lessons around 6, 7.
Okay.
And then I started to play in church as I got older.
Got it.
And then YouTube came into play. I was watching a lot of YouTube videos. And then I got really into like watching other guys when Instagram came into play. Yeah.
Wow, so social media played a big factor
for
you.
Huge.
Talk to us about that.
Bro, man, I don't even remember. When did Instagram even become popular?
I don't know. Maybe 18, 17?
Yeah. Probably around that age. But I remember when the Explore page was finally giving you things that you would like. So I would automatically follow drum pages. So they saw that, the algorithm, before the algorithm was like popular.
Mm-hmm.
And they would just send me like drum videos of drummers. And then I discovered like this whole world. Like it's literally like a whole nother world of musicians on Instagram. And how everybody was so connected with one another. And that was just really inspiring to me at a young age still, in church and playing music, doing drums.
Can we find out when Instagram became popular?
Let's I think it was 2017.
I feel like that's around time because I was, say it, what is it? 2016, you think? 2015, 2016? Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
Actually, I was right. I was in college. Wow. Yes. A lot of people, the reason why I asked that is I know a lot of people's lives have been changed because of social media. But I've also seen a lot of people's lives be damaged and destroyed because of it.
Wow.
And a lot of people also bash social media as this evil entity. And I'm like, how can you bash something that has no life or soul? It's a tool.
True.
It's a tool. It depends how you use it. So it's just crazy how it actually benefited you, but for others, it can destroy. It's just crazy to think about sometimes. And as I consider you an artist because you play music, you play with other artists as well, and I consider you an artist. But I think one of the things that affect artists are distractions, and distractions can hurt musicians too. So how do you avoid distractions in your life?
Great question, bro. I could tell you from the beginning of the year, 2024, I've literally decided, and I'm saying this here on the podcast, so all of y'all in the room could keep me accountable as well. I'm literally not on social media Monday through Thursday, and I have the proof because when you get the screen time
Yeah.
notification. So I got a notification today, and it said that my screen time was down 72%.
Congrats, man.
Bro, hello.
Yeah, it's big.
I
It's
was really proud of myself because I was on it so much, and it was a huge distraction. So one thing that I do is just literally I just cold turkey it. I'm like, hey, if it's out of sight, it's out of mind.
Yeah.
Like I'm that kind of person. If it's not in my view, then it doesn't. I won't, entertain it. So yeah, I just literally eliminate it.
Yeah, like one of the things Mariah and I decided to do is, I don't know if she does it still, but I know I do it, is mute my notifications. I know one of the biggest things of my distractions is hearing the notification go off. I don't know when texts me, right? Because I know no one's texting me. So I know I'm not going to get distracted over a text. If someone texts me, it's important. Is that a podcast, youth, church, either or my wife. Usually I'm home, so it's not her. And if it is her, it's a TikTok. So anyway, it's not that important. Now, so I know that's one thing we do is mute all of our notifications. Sure. And you to be off it completely, I applaud you. I applaud you for that. It takes a lot.
Thank you
to do that, man. So what is one artist or drummer that you looked up to when you first started playing? Not now, when you first started.
When I first started, what year? Like
so when you first started like being, I'm gonna play for the church and start playing for people, like that time, not like when you're learning at 6, 7. Let's go that age.
Yeah. So we're talking like 2016, 2017.
After I can't do math quickly.
No, you're good. It's I say you're good. So there was a few guys locally, and then some other guys like internationally, or not internationally, just like they were in here. They were in New York. Mm-hmm. One of them who I had instant contact with was his name is Elvin Sanchez. He was a huge part of my playing, of like the way I approached music back in 2016, of course. 2016, 2017, 2018. He was humongous in my playing. I was like, how the heck does he do that? How does he do this? He never gave me one lesson, bro. But I think I'm a big visual learner. So I would literally, I was doing sound while he was playing. Like we would both volunteer at the same church. And every time he would play, I would literally just lock eyes, just stare him down, Like I got in trouble countless times, bro. Just, hey, pay attention to us. We need your help. Assist us. But I learned a lot from Elvin Sanchez, for sure.
And what goes through your mind when you're looking at someone that you admire? And what are you looking at what they do?
Yeah. I'm looking at everything. The way they approach the music, their facial expressions, how they go about when something is happening in the room. Man, like literally everything, like their body language, like it's almost like a mirror. Like you literally, like if you study somebody for, I think it's like 21 days, something like that, you legit begin to be that person or like look like them or, and I would literally started playing like him, looking like him. I started to dress like him. No lie. I mean, I could say this, like he's a great guy, he's awesome husband, has a beautiful family.
Yeah. Don't call that. Okay. Let's get out the way.
No, but he's a great father. He's a great husband to his wife, and great father to his children. He started growing his hair. I started growing my hair. He started wearing olive green chinos, and I bought olive green chinos. Like he had that kind of influence over my life. And I don't think he knew it. I don't think he knew it. I think he knew it, but I don't think he wanted to say it. He was real humble. That's one thing I honored about the guy. Yeah, bro, pretty much.
Have you ever told him what this?
Before? I think I have. Like I've told him, like, yo, bro, you really inspired me. Like OD. Like you inspire me a lot. Um, and he would just be like, yeah, bro, but it was never. I think because we saw each other so much and we were familiar with each other's presence. Um, I wouldn't always value that, which I've learned. It doesn't matter how much you're with somebody, always value who they are. Don't ever forget how you met them and why you met them, because sometimes their presence can become, mundane and,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I know James.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Luke. Yeah, Jordy. Yeah, but like what? No. Oh yeah, what? Yeah, Luke, Jordy. Yeah, James. No, these guys. Yeah, honor goes a long way, bro. So
Let's talk about your first drum set.
wow,
What type of drum set was that?
it was a orange. It was a bright orange to like a dark orange finish. I still have it to this day.
Okay.
Tama Rockstar 10, 12, 14, 22 kick. Yeah. Still have it to this day.
All the cymbals and everything with it? Or
Just the
kit?
shells.
Just the shells.
Yeah. 10, 12, 14.
Interesting. And then what type of kit do you play on now?
At my house?
Yeah, let's go get house first.
Okay, at my house, I play on a Yamaha Stage Custom. Not the new ones, the old ones. The nice tones. The very nice tones. I'm looking this way. Trying to are they good? Yeah, nice tones. Yeah. It's what finish is that? It's like a mahogany.
Just letting you know, everything you're saying is going over my head, but I'm gonna smile.
Yeah.
Keep going. Just
Okay.
Everyone who's watching who's a drummer,
yeah,
Luke is on board.
It's like
it's over my head.
It's like a burgundy finish color. Very nice. They don't make them anymore.
Yeah.
Is it birch? No, I think it's maple, bro. But it's one of the older ones. But it sounds so good. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You live in an apartment.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that really quickly. For those who live in apartments and are drummers, how does that work? You practicing?
I think I have a big leverage because we've been there for so long. And we don't really get a lot of newcomers, and everybody knows my family. They kind of knew us since we were babies, so they give us like that leeway. But there is a time limit, like a time frame that I could play from here to here, and then if I play it after these hours, I can get in trouble. But yeah, I don't play when my parents are home or family, because
Or you only play when you're by yourself?
I play when I'm just home alone.
Got it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, because I remember you telling me that you used to practice in your home. I'm like, yo, how'd that work?
Yeah.
All these tenants complaining.
Beat
They're
the
in the
system,
Bronx
bro.
too.
Hey.
So I don't know how people are dealing with that.
We still there.
We're still there, man. So let's talk about now, where you're at now. You're in a position where a lot of maybe Christian artists or Christian musicians or Christian singers are trying to get to, which is, being on salary at a church. How did that process work out for you? You can say the name of the church. You don't have to. Up to you.
How did the process work out?
Yeah. You start from the beginning. Maybe when you first heard about the opportunity.
Yeah.
And then how that process played out from there.
Well, it's kind of pretty simple. I just think, of course, you got to be, from the beginning, you got to show up for yourself. If I give your number to a church, hey, this guy knows sound. Hey, this guy is a great speaker. You have to agree when they, agree when they call you to confirm and show up,
That's the biggest thing. A lot of people don't show up.
Yeah.
And they complain about why opportunities are not going through because you don't show up.
Yeah, bro. You have to show up. I wouldn't say show out, maybe show out a little bit, but definitely show up and prove yourself to the sense, that you're worthy. Not worthy. I don't want to say worthy, but like
they can
you
trust
deserve.
you.
Yeah, that they can trust you here. But the beginning process was really just a lot of waiting, a lot of just seeking clarification and like the build up to it all was just it was a long process. But you gotta show up, you gotta show out a little bit, and your character really needs to be up to par. Cause I think,
What does the character look like then?
yeah, I think a great character in the church setting is exactly what the Bible tells us to do, to have the fruit of the spirit, loving, kindness, patience. And I think a lot of people just really oversee that. Like they just like, oh yeah, like character is so pivotal, bro. You know, and I'll say this, and I'm so grateful. I'm not trying to tweak my own horn, but I played at a Broadway show like 2 3 weeks ago, and I didn't play on that because how good I could play. I literally got it. Like the drummer who I was fitting in for, he literally called me like, bro, you know, I could have called anyone else, but I called you because I know you're a great guy. I know your character's intact. I know you were dressed professionally. I know. And he didn't say anything about my playing, but all he said was about how good my character is. And I was like, whoa, holy cow, because you wouldn't really expect that from somebody from that caliber. But character really overrules and plays a major part in what you do and who you are and where you're at. Yeah.
There's two ways I want to go with this. I'm going to go this way first. I agree with this because last year I had a conversation with someone who was in the technology field, is the field I work in. We had a conversation last year. Was it last year? Yeah, last year, August. Yeah, last year, August or July. It was another church's like they were doing this baptism, and I met him at a Walmart. Okay. Him and his family. So we were talking, chatting it up, and he was telling me that he's already in the field, and the position I wanted to go to, he already passed it. He was in the next one.
Gotcha.
So I was just sharing him my insight, what I want to do next. He was, you know, we're chatting it up, and he knew me for such a long time beforehand, and he knew my family. He knows me. He knows where I came from to where I'm at now.
Nice.
Almost a year, I could say, from that. I don't know how many months it is from August all the way to, say, April. Maybe that's 8 to 9 months, maybe less. April, he texts me and says, hey, an opportunity came up to work at a specific location in the tech industry. Yeah. And he says, the only reason why, you know, I picked you and I put your name out there is because I know who you are. He knows I know who you are. It's not about this. He doesn't know what I know. He doesn't know that. He doesn't know like what technological skills I'm familiar with, or what I'm an expert at. Yeah. He's like, yo, just send them your resume, or send me your resume and I'll send it to them. But I'll vouch for you because of the person you are. Look at that. 4 or 5 months later, I got the position, making the most money I've ever made in my entire life because, like you said, character. And I made a video about this recently that I actually deleted from TikTok. It's about humility. Put it back up. I had to put it back up. About humility, saying that pride, like everyone being prideful of their skill, of who they are, can take you places very fast. But humility can take you very far. And when I even thought about that, I was like, wow. This definitely didn't come from my head because I never read this anywhere. But definitely the Lord depositing something, because it just, as someone who's also humble of what they do and humble who they are, it keeps us in check. Yeah. And be like, hey, just stay this route. Bro, even absolutely. If you don't, and you said about the waiting. So I think that's the next portion I want to go to, because a lot of things about being humble and having humility is being patient in the waiting. Patient, yeah. How did your waiting period look like? What did it look like?
I was extremely busy. I think I saw Jordy at a worship event. He was like, bro, like, are you on tour? Like, what the heck? You were here, now you're there. Like, I was extremely busy through it all. I was literally like borough to borough, state to state, like catching flights, coming back home like 2 days later. Like, it was a lot. But I knew there was more. I wanted more than just like that road life. And I wanted more than, you know, just going from event to event, you know, from service to service. I knew there was much more in store as a musician than that. So I was really busy, bro. I mean, I was actually, it was a lot going on, but I was staying busy. Yeah,
Yeah.
keeping
It's
myself
what you're
busy.
doing while you're waiting.
Yeah, I was
'Cause
I was so busy. I think a little too much busy. A little too much busy.
you learn now you're stable. You get to
Yeah,
do something
yeah.
for a little
Like
bit
I
and
don't
stay
have
chill.
to. Yeah, you know, you don't got man. Yeah,
Yeah, and I think a lot of musicians depend on the road life because that's where the money comes. Because not everyone is in
absolutely.
a position
Yeah.
to be at a specific church and get paid to do it. So
Mm.
they go and get the
Right.
gigs and go after it.
And yeah, and I don't knock it, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, you do your thing. Like, and I still love when people invite me over and, you know, I'm here and I'm there. I was just in CT for Friday. Saturday, I was in Jersey. Sunday, I'm back here. You know, so I love it. You know, I'm still young, you know. So
Yeah, do your thing, man.
we go into the wheels fall off. Not really.
If you look back at any decisions you made in your life, is there anything you wish you can change? Perfect timing.
Is there anything I wish I can change? I don't think so. And I say that blatantly because everything that I've gone through, everyone I've met, everyone that I'm going to meet it all led me up to where I'm at now, to where the Lord wants me now. And I know that when you allow the Lord to change your heart and you allow his will to be your will, where you go will be where he predestined for you to be. And I've learned that very quickly. Like, hey, let me be God. Let God be God in your life so that his desires can become yours, so that his passions can become yours. And I've learned that very quickly. I'm like, okay, hey, do what you want. Yeah, so I don't regret. No.
So when you said "let me be God," you meant like let God take control.
Let
of my
God,
life.
right? Yeah.
Okay.
Let God be God.
So I'm gonna give you 5 questions really quickly.
Okay.
They're fast, rapid questions.
All right.
You just get rapid answers.
Get a timer,
Ready?
Luke.
What word do you hate hearing?
Sin. That was the first thing that came to mind.
What is your favorite word?
Word? Intelligent.
Mine is unfortunate.
Oh wow.
Third one. What word do you have a hard time pronouncing?
I think I said it earlier. No, it's one of these Bible names, bro. It has to be one of those.
You and I both. Next one.
Bro, yeah.
Who do you text the most?
Oh, it's 3 people: Chris, Michael, Alex.
Like it. Core group of men that support you and
Absolutely.
keep you going. I like
brotherhood.
it. And what is your favorite dessert?
Cannolis.
Cannolis.
Golly.
And last question
Crazy ones.
I ask everybody before they end the podcast is you have one phone call to the world. What do you say?
If you stop trying to do it your own way, you will find the way. Was that good? Was that
My
good?
man. We're just gonna leave it there.
Bro,
Let everyone sit on that and sink on it, bro. It's my dude.
Bro, love you, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, bro, for being here, man. I know you're very busy and appreciate you. We go way back. I love you, bro.
Love you.
All jokes aside. Peace out, y'all.